Hey everybody, Jonathan here.
And it's Bridget here.
All right, so in this video, we want to talk about why it's important to work on yourself, right? Like why even bother taking the time to work on yourself. And kind of before we get into that, we want to just show you a quick clip of a little video here that'll help you understand who you are.
So that's actually who you are, who we are, who we all were when we were first born. We were just little babies that we don't need a degree. We don't need a good job. We don't need to make millions of dollars in order to feel like we're loved or to be able to feel happy. We were born happy. We were born accepting of ourselves. We were born perfect just the way we are. But somewhere along the way, things happen. Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you got yelled at and you started to take on all these beliefs and bullshit about who you're supposed to be, who you're not supposed to be, who you are and who you're not.
So here's a little story, right? Just imagine a little boy who growing up he sees his dad, maybe he's 3 or 4, and he sees his dad play the guitar all the time. And as his dad's playing the guitar, he's singing, and they're having fun and they enjoy it. And well, one day dad goes to work and the little boy sees that guitar sitting there in dad's office, and it looks amazing, and he's very curious, and he goes up and he's like, wow, I want to be like daddy, and grabs the guitar and strums it, the strings, and then it's a little heavy for him, and he drops it and the guitar breaks in half, right? And then daddy comes home and sees his most prized possession, best guitar ever, broken on the ground, and he just loses it and just starts yelling at that little boy like, what the hell is wrong with you? You're so loud. I told you never to touch my stuff. All these things, and in the moment that child just takes all this trauma, absorbs all of the anger and the frustration and everything. He doesn't know what he did wrong, that little boy. He's just like, ah. And he learns that, wow, daddy got really mad when I just wanted to be like him. Daddy got really mad. He thinks I'm not good, or and the little boy doesn't even know what good or bad is. He just knows that daddy's not happy when I want to be like him and I want to have fun.
Yeah. So through that experience itself, he already learned when I want to do what I want, I get yelled at. When I have fun, I get yelled at. When I try to do the best that I can, then I get yelled at. And just that experience itself, imagine how much emotion and beliefs that we have built up about who we are and who we're not. And from that experience is able to affect you in a way that go, oh, okay, I want to go and have fun. No, I can't. No, I shouldn't. Because you're supposed to make other people happy. You're supposed to be more considerate. You're supposed to be go making money because these are the right things to do. So when I want to do things to make me happy, no, I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because I got yelled at, but you don't consciously remember it.
Yeah, it's all right. And there's conscious things too, where you're like, maybe you're a little kid and you're like, I want this. And mommy said, no, we don't have that money. Money doesn't grow on trees. We're poor, right? We're broke. We don't have that kind of money. And you learn at a very young age that it's not okay. Like you can't have what you want.
Yes.
And you know that when you do one thing, it makes mommy and daddy smile. Oh, when I do this, it makes them smile. But when I do this, oh, then they get angry. Okay, so I better just do this and do this and do this. And that's where the conditioning and the programming is, because we're seeking for that attention and we think it's love. When we do something and they like it, it's love, but truly it's just approval.
So why is it important to work on yourself? Because we were all born happy, loving, joyous beings. But we forgot. We learn all these bullshit about who we are, and then we forgot what happiness is. We forgot that it's okay to just be happy for no reason. And so we start to do things that we think will bring us happiness, we think will bring us love. And so we start hustling and grinding, and we go and do all the things for other people and forget about who we are. And the more we do, the more we expect other people to give us the love that we are seeking. And then somewhere along the line, we somehow just feel exhausted. We can't receive love. We just feel shitty about who we are. We're anxious about what other people think and feel about us, because you have been doing all these things that you think will make you happy. But what if you internally is already happiness, but you're just carrying all these shits that make you believe that you need all these shit to be better? One thing I learned so much about from Nyla is kids are our greatest teacher. Nyla's our daughter, by the way. Kids are greatest teacher. She can be proud of herself and so happy about herself just by putting one piece of puzzle to the next. And even if she can't do it, that's fine. She was just like, hey, help, mommy, help, please. She asked for help, and if I help her put it on, she go, yeah, we did it. There's no need to go like, okay, I gotta do this on my own. I gotta prove that I can do it. I gotta show my family I can provide for myself. I can make X figure income. I can do this, I can do that. There's none of that. I mean, you could still continue to grow and evolve and expand, but do you want to do that while beating yourself up, or you want to do that while cheering yourself through the journey? What Nyla has been teaching us is that I can learn and grow and expand and still be very happy about who I am. Versus most of adults, I would say 99.99% of adults in the world is, fuck, look at this. I'm not good enough, so I have to do more of this. So look, you didn't even do this, so you need to do more of that. Oh my gosh, why are you doing this? How are you so stupid? Blah, 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 blah. Just all these sorts of judgments that you have about yourself. Now, if you just keep beating yourself up, how do you think you're going to have the energy, focus, and attention to keep going?
Yeah, even the things you want to do become tiring. Like, I just don't have the energy to go, like
Exactly.
go work out or go do, eat healthier or do the things I really spend more time with my family and friends when I'm already burnt out and I'm already beating myself up all the time.
And if for those people who have social anxiety, imagine where that comes from. Here. Because before you even go out and meet people, you already beat yourself up like multiple millions and millions of times in the day, thinking you're not good enough, you should be better. And so you carry that energy to face the world. Look, I'm not good enough. I don't want people to see me. And so if you want to change all that, if this is what you want, the happiness, the pure happiness that you're looking for, you probably already made enough money. You probably are able already to support yourself. You can get the material things that you want. But do you notice how happy you are, or how unhappy you still are? Are you still seeking? Are you still chasing?
Right. What Bridget's trying to say is the inside, right?
Exactly.
How happy and how peaceful and how amazing do you feel internally? And that's the importance of working on yourself.
Yes.
That's why you got to work on yourself. So let's move on.
Okay.
So
So first of all, what does it even mean to work on yourself? Well, it's to unlearn all the bullshit that you've learned about you. Really, all the things about you're not good enough, you need to be skinnier, you need to look better, you need to make X amount of money in order to feel loved and accepted in this world, or that your parents will accept you, or that you are a good son or a good daughter. All that's bullshit. All that's just programmings, beliefs that are being passed down generation over generation, that we have forgotten who we truly are and what happiness truly means. Okay. And the next thing is to also finally learn, understand, and meet your true self. What does that even mean? You know, up to this point in your life, you have been learning about who you are from the eyes and the perspective of other people. And to a certain point of your life, you're going to start questioning internally, like, is this even for me? Like, is this even my happiness? Is this even my definition of a happy life and successful life? Like, what is my truth? Like, people said, the world has told me that if you have a really good job, you make good income, you have the car and the health that you want, that means happiness, right? But look at, there's so many multimillionaires, celebrities, you know, billionaires who have everything in the world, but are they happy? And it's to also understand who you are and who you're not. Meaning here, because if you're a fish and you expect yourself to climb a tree, you're always going to be questioning yourself whether or not you're good enough. It's to know, oh, I'm a freaking fish. I enjoy the water. I enjoy meeting other fishes, or big whales, or sharks, or dolphins in the ocean, and to learn different tricks of, you know, turning or whatever, or learn to explore different areas of the ocean. But if you're a fish and you're like, no, the world told me that I have to climb a tree.
Right, like the rabbit or the squirrel. I gotta be like the squirrel because they're so fast, and I gotta be like a bird and fly, and because they're so cool. Well, you're not gonna be happy if
Yeah.
you're like the fish trying to climb a tree or trying to learn how to fly, because that's not who you truly are.
Yes. So once you learn, oh, I'm a fish who loves water. That's who I am, where I belong. I don't really need to climb the tree. That's not who I am. You learn to accept and embrace who you truly are. You learn to let go. But at the same time, you can still have fun learning different aspects of life. You can still learn from a monkey. Oh, what does it feel like? Oh, I see, I see. You can still learn, but you don't have to question your ability to achieve your greatness, because you are amazing and great and genius inside you, infinite intelligent being. But you have forgot about that. So this journey is all about remembering who you truly are and who you're not, what's the bullshit that you've been carrying, and let it all go. Okay, so we want to give you a few points of the benefits of working on yourself, because this is so important. Everybody, well, majority of the people in this world tend to focus their attention and energy on things outside of them. Let's say, if I just work harder, if I just sacrifice my happiness, if I just, you know, hustle and grind, meet more clients, talk to more people, then I'll be more successful. Or if I just provide for my family, if I just do more things for my family, then my mom would know how much I do love them, you know, that I'm a good daughter, I'm a good son. If I just do blah, 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 another thing, that's where they focus their attention on. And then if you noticed that you will continue to do in this cycle of doing and giving and doing and hustling, and then still feel exhausted, frustrated, and fearful inside, insecure inside. The answer has never it's never outside of you. The answer is always inside you. It's always you. Okay? So the benefits of working on yourself is you start to gain the clarity and certainty of who you are and who you're not. And so you stop taking out other people's bullshit expectations and projections. Because let's say, for example, if you have a big dreams you know, you have a dream that maybe, yeah, you want to go to Africa, or you want to go to Switzerland, or you want to go to Spain, wherever, and go, that's where I'm going to live. I'm going to have an online job or a career where I can work everywhere around the world. But you have parents or family members or friends who are not exposed to this kind of big dreaming, because they have been limiting themselves into, well, I've been having 9 to 5 job and that's what pays the bill. Who do you think you are to go and travel around the world and only work 3 hours a week and then make a big chunk of money? Who do you think you are to do that? No, it didn't happen to me. Why would it happen to you? And they won't tell you that directly, but because they haven't allowed themselves to try, they have their own inner regrets. They have their own inner fear and sadness that they will project onto you to make you feel that your dream is impossible for you, when it happened to them, that if they feel impossible. And so if you're uncertain within yourself, it's so easy to be influenced by other people when they say, that's just a dream. You're being unrealistic. Be more realistic. It's so easy to be influenced by that. And so when you work on yourself, you get to know you know, oh, okay, cool. That's your projection. That's your belief. That's your fears. I am certain within myself that this is what I want. And I know if I just put my heart and my mind to it, I will achieve it. So you start to have that certainty within yourself to create and live the life that you truly want to live for you. Okay. And the next thing and most important thing is you stop pleasing other people and start setting healthy boundaries. That's a hard one for a lot of people. It took me several years to learn to do that.
Okay.
And then third thing is more inner peace, lots and lots of inner peace. And I think that's what we are all looking for, right?
Yeah, I mean, really just that's to stop the negative thoughts in our mind all the time and to really just let those go and be at peace within yourself. I think that's what most people want.
Yeah. Imagine if those negative thoughts are a lot lessened. And instead of beating yourself up, you feel very, very good about yourself. How much more would you be able to achieve? Okay. But you can't do that unless you listen and spend time with you. Okay. And of course, you just naturally feel better. Very, when you feel better, the world around you start to be better. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Thus, the world around you to start to shift and change. Okay.
Yeah, your perspective shifts, right? Like long time ago, I used to look at relationships as a way, like romantic relationships as a status, as like it's kind of the status quo. I should have a good looking girlfriend and she should be cool, like kind of like a trophy girlfriend type of thing. And it made me look better and made my ego really big. And I would have lots of female friends because I thought that's what, then I was the cool guy that had the girls. And really, as I grew older and I evolved, I realized, especially being with Bridget and, relationships are really about love and fulfillment and being happy and joyful with somebody who I can grow together, learn together, experience life and travel and explore together. And once I saw relationships differently, I realized like, oh, okay, like there's a whole different path. I looked at my relationships differently.
Yeah.
So that's just a perspective shift, kind of a paradigm shift in the world of relationships.
Yeah. And when you feel better, just imagine when you feel better, you're naturally happier. And just imagine when you go out and meet people, do you tend to gravitate towards people who are happier, higher energy, or you tend to gravitate to people who are like, oh, life sucks. I'm not good enough. Nobody wants to give me what I want. Right? When you feel better, the people around you go, huh, I want to be close to you. I don't know why, something about you. I just want to be around you more. Opportunities show up more too. Okay. And you heal yourself, your past. It helps in your relationship. Also healing the relationship with your loved ones, friends, family, because you start to become a different person. And not only that, I want to share a little bit about a scientific research they've done. We're all connected, right? Especially like with our families for sure. And our friends, like every one of us is connected on some level. So they've actually done an experiment where they would take cells. I can't remember where they got the cells from, but they would actually take the cell, put it under the microscope to start studying them. So what they want to do is they would take a portion of the cells and they want to take it, drive another 10 to 15 minutes to another building and put the cell in the building that's 15 minutes away from this part of the cell, and they're all coming from the same source, but they just separated one part of the cell to another building and this cell in this building. And so they will actually do experiment, like, I don't know, some put some electronic devices or sound or whatever vibration to the cell that's in current building, and they would study to see if they do something to this cell right here, the other cells from the other building, would it have any effect on it? And turn out that the cell that was being separated from this, that's being put into the other building, as they call it, building B, that's 15 minutes away, driving distance from this current cells. That cell is actually, I think, kind of partially dead, but it will still be affected. They're away from each other, and they're only doing things to this current cell right here.
Okay, so let me clarify what Bridget's talking about. They take a cell, they put it in building B, they have a cell in the room, and then they have the person they took the cell from. And what they did is they hooked up like these electrodes onto the person, and they would hit the button, and what would happen is they would, every time they, hit the button, the jolt of like energy would come through. The cell underneath the microscope in the same room would react. That's, kind of interesting because it's not on the person, it's in the microscope. But then what was even crazier was the cell in building B would also react when they did it. And it's like, it doesn't make sense because that cell is dead technically, but it would still react when they did the jolt. Right. So that's what Bridget's saying. That's that experiment. And that's how we're like everything's connected is what she's trying to say.
Yes. And if you have challenges in your relationship with your parents, with your family, that in itself, just by you working on you, is able to shift the dynamic and the energy in your family, in your marriage, in your relationship with your friends and other. Because when we, like, everything is energy, and we'll make another video about that. But when we change and shift, our energy is different, and people are going to feel that. And when you are different, people are not as triggered. When I show up as an angry Bridget and Jonathan's not in a good mood, we'll definitely be bump to each other. But let's say if he's in a bad mood and I'm centered within myself and I'm just very clear and I'm just very peaceful within me, I'm able to hold a space for him. And I can see that he's just going through his own thing, and it's okay. I will give him space. I will give him support. But that only happens if I already fill myself up with love and energy and support. Imagine neither one of us is doing any of the inner work, and we just meet each other with all of our baggages and triggers and all the shit and all the bullshit that we believe about ourselves. And so whatever he says, even it has nothing to do with me, I would take it on as, okay, you are blaming me or you're going against me. So just by you working on yourself can shift so much things in your life beyond what you're consciously aware of or can know right now. Okay. And most important things is how you treat yourself is how you treat others on some level, or how you allow other people to treat you. So when you spend the time to work on yourself, and I say work on yourself, but really it's spending time to listen to you, to understand you, to give yourself love. And as you do that more and more and more, you're building trust, you're building love, you're building relationship with yourself, you're showing you and other people how to love you, how to interact with you the way you want to be loved and you interacted. Okay. But it all starts with you, because if you don't do that work, you won't know how you like to be loved. You just live your life as what you know and what you learn up to this point of your life. And so the more you work on yourself, the more you show yourself love, and the more you allow yourself to receive love and abundance from the people and the world around you. Okay. And also, this is the major point. If you don't remember anything we say in this video, please do remember this. You are the center of your own universe. You are the creator of your own life. Everything you're experiencing stems from you. So if you want a different life experience, start by working on you and getting to know you, your gifts, and loving you. This is a major thing. Literally, we create all of our realities, all of it. And we can have another video to talk more about this. But the good and the bad, the triggers, we all created it to help us learn, evolve, and heal, and let go, and to remember the infinite being that we all are. Okay, so the more you're able to work on you, to spend time with you, you're able to allow yourself to create from a place of love rather than fear. Because if you're unaware of it, you're constantly creating from the same source of fear, not good enough, lack, insecurity. Now, if you want to change that, spend time to work on you, so you start creating from the love, peace, harmony, and abundance, happiness, and health. Okay. Now, there are a lot of benefits, but to name other ones, you change the trajectory of your life. You open your hearts more. You create this butter effect, ripple effect, positive ripple effect into your life. And you have
What does that mean?
So
What's a butterfly ripple effect?
Imagine, imagine, I'll take me and Nyla as an example. When I don't spend time to work on myself, I have a lot of resentment, I have a lot of anger, I have a lot of fear, I have a lot of insecurity. And this is why working on myself is so important for me every day. If I don't spend time to meditate and breathe, I will show up as a monster mother to Nyla. Okay. And when I do that, she doesn't have to do a lot of big things. Like, she doesn't have to make big mistakes to trigger that anger out of me. It just has to be, mommy, that's enough to get me like, ah.
Yeah, and then she's angry, and then Nyla's frustrated and crying, and then I have to deal with both of that. So then that, and then if I, talk to my friends or my parents, then it's like, okay, and then we don't want to go out and have, go to any social gatherings because we're all in bed. So that's what she's talking about in terms of the ripple effect, and it happens both the kind of negative side of things, but also in the positive. When you're feeling good, when she's calm and she does her meditations and she's feeling good, Nyla can act up and she's okay.
I will have a lot
more compassionate.
I'm more present. So another example I would like to give you is this happens all the time. Let's say you work on yourself, you're very present within yourself, you feel very, very peaceful. You go out, let's say you go to Starbucks or go to coffee shop. Versus when you don't work on yourself, you go in and go, oh my gosh, I have all thousands of things on my to-do list I need to do. How come you didn't do that? You're just in your head all the time, worrying, concerning, and just fearing. Okay. And let's say there's somebody in front of you who can potentially be a great connection to bring a lot of amazing opportunity for you if you just allow yourself to connect and chat. But no, you are in your head worrying about what you're supposed to be doing and not being the present. You just get your coffee and you go, oh my God, why are there so many people? You just leave. Now imagine you work on yourself, you stay more present, you stay more certain, and you go into the coffee shop with a complete different energy and vibe and go, you start to notice the people around you, and you start to notice, oh, there are people having conversation. I'm hearing, oh, that's very interesting. Whatever conversation they're having, maybe you just had those thoughts. Maybe you just had another conversation with another person and you can relate to them and you start chatting with them and go, oh my gosh. And that person is like, oh, wow, that is so interesting how we can connect in the Starbucks.
You might have met your new best friend or your future husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, business partner. Who knows?
You don't know. But if you don't spend time to work on yourself and carry all those guilt and shame and fear and insecurity and bullshit, you go into the Starbucks with that kind of energy, and you postpone all these potential amazing happiness that is right here in front of you. If you work on yourself, you never know. You open your heart up to receive right now, right here. That maybe in your linear mind, you think I need to hustle, I need to sacrifice myself, I need to do all these things in order to get to where I want to go. But when you work on yourself, you basically, this is where you are, this is where you want to go, you shorten it. This is the power of you. This is why this program is called the Powerful You Experience. Because you are this powerful. When you just let go all the bullshit that's not you, you can literally go from here to here like that. Like that. It's happened to us so many times and our clients so many times. This is the power of working on you. Miracles happen and miracles become normal. And you just feel better. You create better realities in your life. You have better relationship with your loved ones. You have more abundance. You have more inner peace. You feel healthier. You feel happier. You're more present. And the thing is, you enjoy your life. What's the point of grinding and hustling if you can't even enjoy your life? So the whole journey, this is what this journey is all about. It's just unlearning all the bullshit and bringing you back to the powerful you, the infinite you that you already are, but you have forgotten that you are. And that's it.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of this whole thing. So this is why it's important to take the time to work on yourself. And if you have questions, if you're anything, like don't understand, don't worry, we're gonna have more stuff for you, but you can always reach out to us, shoot us a WhatsApp message or a PM us on Facebook, whatever. But we're here for you. We're gonna support you through this.
Yes.
And just understand. So it's take the time
to do you, to be with you, to love you, to understand you, to listen to you. That's it.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.